Hey guys, tonight we're going to take a trip back in time to explore how the ancient Chinese battled one of the most common afflictions we face today, insomnia. Imagine, if you will, a world where sleep was just as critical as it is for us today, but the remedies were rooted in ancient wisdom and practices that have survived thousands of years. Ancient China, known for its rich cultural heritage, devised some of the most tranquil and innovative methods to ensure that people could achieve restful sleep. From acupuncture to herbal teas, these ancient practices weren't just about getting to sleep, they were about finding harmony in mind, body, and spirit, paving the way for peaceful dreams. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Also, feel free to share where you're tuning in from in your local time, let me know where you're listening from, I'd love to hear it. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. In the ancient world of China, sleep wasn't simply viewed as a necessary bodily function. It was considered a balance between the internal forces of the body, mind, and the surrounding environment. Insomnia wasn't just something you could cure with a pill, it was a symptom of a deeper imbalance. Ancient Chinese remedies focused on restoring harmony within the body to naturally help those struggling with sleep issues. The Chinese believed that peace of mind and body was essential to a good night's sleep. And so, the solutions to sleeplessness were deeply connected to their rich cultural practices, rooted in the principles of traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, mindfulness, and even music. The methods they used, whether herbal or spiritual, were designed not just to help you fall asleep but to create a peaceful, calm environment to encourage restorative sleep. Tonight, we'll explore some of these tranquil inventions that helped ancient Chinese people battle insomnia, and how they can offer us some ideas to get better rest today. When it comes to treating insomnia in ancient China, the foundation of the remedies rested in traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, a system that's still practiced today. TCM approaches sleep disturbances with the idea that imbalances within the body's vital energy, or qi, can disrupt peaceful rest. Imagine yourself as an ancient Chinese patient, seeking relief for your sleepless nights. A skilled practitioner would assess your overall health, looking not only at your symptoms but also at your lifestyle, emotional state, and environment. In the world of TCM, your mind, body, and spirit were seen as interconnected, and insomnia wasn't just a problem with your sleep, it was a sign that your internal energy was out of balance. In TCM, one of the core beliefs is that everything is governed by the interplay of yin and yang, the dual forces that balance the body's natural rhythms. Sleep, according to this philosophy, was essential for the body to restore its yin energy. If there was too much yang, think stress, too much physical activity, or overstimulation, the body couldn't settle down for proper sleep. The practice of TCM helped address these imbalances, guiding patients back toward harmony and, ultimately, restful sleep. One common approach was the use of acupuncture. By targeting specific meridian points in the body, acupuncture helped regulate qi, alleviate tension, and calm the nervous system. This approach allowed the body to relax deeply, helping to encourage sleep without the need for medication or harsh interventions. Historians still debate just how effective ancient acupuncture was in treating insomnia. Some argue that the healing powers attributed to acupuncture in ancient times were more about the placebo effect, the belief that the treatments worked because the patient had faith in them. Others, however, suggest that the practice of acupuncture, combined with other TCM methods, offered genuine physiological benefits. The use of needles to stimulate key points on the body might have triggered the release of natural painkillers, like endorphins, and helped regulate the body's hormonal and nervous systems, allowing for better sleep. Whatever the true mechanism behind it, what is clear is that acupuncture was a trusted and effective method for the ancient Chinese to address the root causes of insomnia. In addition to acupuncture, TCM often utilized herbal remedies to help induce sleep. Many herbs, such as swanzeo ren, a type of jujube seed, chamomile, and licorice root, were used to calm the mind and soothe the body. These herbs were either consumed as teas or used in topical applications, such as baths, to create a peaceful atmosphere conducive to sleep. The practice of combining herbs with acupuncture was considered to be the most effective way to treat insomnia, as it worked on both the internal energy of the body and the physical symptoms. Today, some modern wellness practices are built on the principles of TCM, from acupuncture to the use of herbal supplements for sleep. It's fascinating to consider how these ancient practices have withstood the test of time, offering us tools to manage stress and improve our sleep. While the scientific evidence behind some of these methods continues to be studied, many people today swear by their effectiveness. Perhaps, like the ancient Chinese, we too can find comfort in the idea that rest isn't just a physical state but a balance of body, mind, and spirit. As you ease into sleep tonight, imagine the calming effects of TCM, a time when practitioners would use their knowledge of the body to restore balance, bring peace to the mind, and encourage restful slumber. The ancient Chinese understood that a good night's rest wasn't just about exhaustion, it was about finding balance in the body and mind. Just like their remedies, we can look to restore our own energy, creating a peaceful environment for our bodies to recharge. Sleep, in this sense, becomes an act of healing, a moment of renewal that flows naturally from a place of harmony. Acupuncture is one of the cornerstones of traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, and has long been used to address a variety of health issues, including insomnia. Imagine yourself entering a serene room, the faint scent of herbs in the air and the soft glow of candlelight surrounding you. You lie back as a skilled acupuncturist places fine needles into specific points on your body, each one carefully chosen to balance the flow of qi, life force energy, and promote relaxation. This practice, rooted in thousands of years of Chinese medical traditions, is not just about needles, it's about restoring harmony within your body, mind, and spirit. In ancient China, acupuncture was an essential part of treating sleeplessness and providing relief to those whose qi was unbalanced, often due to stress or internal blockages. Acupuncture's role in treating insomnia specifically focuses on calming the nervous system, releasing tension, and promoting the flow of qi. Sleep disorders, according to TCM, are often caused by an imbalance between yin, rest, relaxation, and yang, activity, stimulation. When yang becomes too dominant, it leads to restlessness, anxiety, and difficulty falling asleep. Acupuncture seeks to regulate this imbalance by stimulating specific acupuncture points that help reduce yang excesses and strengthen yin. By targeting the body's energy pathways, acupuncture is said to guide the body into a state of relaxation, creating an optimal environment for sleep. One commonly used acupuncture point for insomnia is Shenmen, also known as heart gate, which is located on the ear. This point is believed to calm the mind, reduce stress, and promote restful sleep. Other points are located along the body's meridians, each linked to specific organs and functions, all working in harmony to restore balance. For instance, the Anmian point, located near the base of the skull, is often targeted for its ability to calm the nervous system and alleviate stress, another common culprit of insomnia. Historians still argue about whether acupuncture's effectiveness in treating insomnia is a result of physical processes or psychological factors. Some researchers believe that acupuncture's benefits can be explained by its ability to trigger the body's release of endorphins, which are natural painkillers and mood enhancers, helping the body relax. Others suggest that acupuncture works by activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which induces a relaxation response and slows the heart rate, making it easier for people to drift off to sleep. While modern science is still studying acupuncture's specific mechanisms, it is clear that this ancient practice has provided relief to countless individuals seeking better sleep. In modern times, acupuncture continues to be a popular treatment for insomnia, with many turning to it as an alternative to pharmaceutical sleep aids. It's not uncommon to see wellness centers and clinics offering acupuncture sessions designed specifically for people struggling with sleep issues. People report varying levels of success, but for many, acupuncture offers a natural and holistic solution that doesn't come with the side effects often associated with sleep medications. As you prepare for rest tonight, imagine the gentle relaxation that acupuncture can bring. Picture the soft touch of the practitioner as they place the fine needles, helping your body unwind and restore its natural balance. Like the ancient Chinese, we too can find peace in practices that promote relaxation and harmony. Whether through acupuncture, meditation, or simply taking a moment to breathe deeply before bed, we all have tools to bring our bodies and minds into a state of restful tranquility. Sleep isn't just a pause in our daily routines, it's a time for the body to heal, recover, and recharge for whatever tomorrow may bring. In the ancient Chinese pursuit of restful sleep, herbs played a central role in calming the body and mind. For centuries, herbal remedies have been used to treat a variety of ailments, and insomnia was no exception. Imagine yourself sipping a warm, fragrant tea made from herbs carefully selected to ease your mind and relax your body. In ancient China, herbal remedies were an essential part of the daily routine for those struggling with sleeplessness. From mild teas to more potent concoctions, these natural sleep aids were designed not only to help people fall asleep but also to restore the balance of qi, life force energy, in the body, promoting deep, uninterrupted rest. Some of the most common herbs used in ancient Chinese remedies for insomnia include swanzhao ren, Ziziphus jujube, chamomile, and licorice root. Swanzhao ren, often referred to as the sleep herb, was one of the most frequently used herbs in Chinese medicine for insomnia. It was believed to nourish the heart, calm the spirit, and alleviate anxiety, which often caused restless nights. The gentle sedative properties of swanzhao ren made it the perfect choice for those who struggled with stress or overactive minds, common causes of sleeplessness. The seeds of the jujube fruit were often boiled in water and consumed as a soothing tea before bedtime. Chamomile, now widely used around the world, was also favored in ancient Chinese remedies. Known for its calming and relaxing effects, chamomile was often brewed into a tea that helped promote sleep and alleviate digestive issues that could keep people awake. The gentle nature of chamomile made it a go-to remedy for those who needed a mild and natural way to unwind before bed. Licorice root was another key herb used to treat insomnia in ancient China. While often known for its sweet flavor, licorice was believed to help harmonize the body's energies, soothe stress, and regulate the stomach and digestive systems. Since digestive problems could disrupt sleep, licorice root was often used in combination with other herbs to promote not only restful sleep but overall health. Historians still debate the true effectiveness of these ancient herbal remedies. Some scholars argue that the use of these herbs was purely based on their calming sense or placebo effect, while others suggest that the medicinal properties of these plants were truly capable of inducing sleep. Modern science has begun to explore the benefits of herbal teas for sleep, and many of the herbs used by the ancient Chinese have been studied for their potential therapeutic properties. Studies on chamomile and swanzhao ren have shown promising results, supporting the idea that these herbs can help alleviate insomnia and promote better sleep. As we look at the modern world, many people still turn to herbal teas to help them sleep. Whether it's a calming cup of chamomile, valerian root, or lavender tea, these natural sleep aids have persisted across centuries. In fact, many modern wellness trends have brought back ancient herbal remedies for insomnia, with more people seeking alternatives to pharmaceuticals for better sleep. The ancient Chinese had long recognized the healing power of nature, and their herbal remedies have carried forward into our own time, offering a gentle, holistic way to ease into rest. As you settle into sleep tonight, think of the herbal traditions that have persisted for thousands of years, the calming teas that have been shared by generations before you. Whether you're sipping a cup of chamomile, valerian, or a special herbal blend, you're tapping into the wisdom of the ancients, who understood the deep connection between nature, health, and rest. In your own quiet space tonight, imagine yourself surrounded by the soft, soothing aromas of herbal remedies, quiet, calm, and ready for a peaceful night's sleep. In the quest for peaceful sleep, the ancient Chinese turned not only to herbs and acupuncture but also to practices that calmed both the body and mind. Among these practices, meditation and qigong, the art of cultivating life energy, played significant roles in managing stress and inducing restful sleep. In a world that was often filled with chaos and conflict, the practice of quieting the mind and calming the spirit was a valuable tool for anyone struggling with insomnia. Imagine yourself engaging in a tranquil meditation session or performing the gentle movements of qigong as you prepare for a restful night. These practices, deeply rooted in ancient Chinese philosophy, are still celebrated today for their ability to promote balance, relaxation, and better sleep. Meditation, in the Chinese tradition, was a way to clear the mind, focus the spirit, and reconnect with the flow of qi. In a society where achieving inner peace was highly valued, those struggling with insomnia often found solace in meditation. The act of sitting quietly, focusing on one's breath, and allowing the body to release tension helped restore the internal harmony necessary for sleep. Meditation wasn't just about relaxation, it was about creating a space for stillness, allowing the mind to rest and prepare for sleep. Qigong, often considered a form of moving meditation, also played an important role in combating insomnia. This practice involves gentle movements, breath control, and mental focus to promote the smooth flow of qi throughout the body. Qigong was designed to harmonize the body, mind, and spirit, reducing the negative energy that could contribute to stress, anxiety, and restless nights. By performing specific, gentle movements, practitioners could release tension, calm their thoughts, and create a state of balance that was ideal for peaceful sleep. The practice of Qigong could also be used to strengthen the body, improving overall vitality and reducing the physical factors that might interfere with sleep. Historians still debate how ancient meditation and Qigong compared to modern relaxation techniques. Some argue that these practices were not only deeply spiritual but also physiological, tapping into the body's natural ability to restore itself. Others suggest that the practices were largely symbolic, rooted in the desire for harmony and peace but not necessarily tied to actual physiological effects. Modern science, however, has started to confirm what ancient practitioners knew all along: meditation and Qigong can have significant benefits on sleep quality. Studies show that these practices can help lower stress levels, improve relaxation, and create a mental environment that fosters restorative sleep. Today, many people in the West have adopted these ancient practices, especially in the form of meditation or Qigong exercises, as part of their wellness routines. Guided meditation apps, yoga classes, and other mindfulness practices are widely used to help people manage stress, clear their minds, and achieve better sleep. These practices offer an alternative to pharmaceuticals and are praised for their holistic approach to health and well-being. It's remarkable how these ancient traditions, honed over thousands of years, continue to resonate in our modern quest for relaxation and sleep. As you prepare to drift off to sleep tonight, think of the stillness created through meditation and Qigong. Imagine yourself performing these calming movements, feeling the weight of the day ease off your shoulders, your mind clear, your body at rest. These ancient practices, passed down through generations, have the power to create the peaceful, balanced state that fosters restful sleep. Whether through meditation, Qigong, or another form of relaxation, we all have ways of finding peace within ourselves, ensuring that when we lay down to sleep, we are prepared to embrace the restorative power of rest. In the realm of traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, sleep is not merely seen as a necessary bodily function, it is deeply intertwined with the concept of yin and yang, the fundamental forces that govern the universe. These two opposing yet complementary energies are central to TCM, shaping everything from health and wellness to the rhythms of the body. In the context of sleep, yin represents rest, coolness, and relaxation, while yang symbolizes activity, heat, and energy. The balance between these two forces is what allows for restorative sleep. Too much yang and you're left feeling restless and awake, too much yin and you might slip into a lethargic, unproductive state. Imagine yourself as a figure moving through the daily ebb and flow of yin and yang. During the day, when the sun shines brightly and energy pulses through your body, your yang is at its peak. It's the time for action, activity, and focus. But when night falls, the shift from day to night naturally signals the need for rest. This is when yin takes over. Sleep is a time to restore the balance of yin and yang, allowing your body to cool down, recover, and rejuvenate for the challenges of the next day. But what happens when this balance is off? When yang becomes too overpowering, when your mind races, your heart pounds, and the stress of daily life keeps you awake? That's when insomnia creeps in. The ancient Chinese recognized that sleep disturbances were often the result of an imbalance between yin and yang. If you have too much yang, meaning you're overstimulated or stressed, your body may not be able to transition smoothly into sleep. The nervous system stays heightened, and your energy levels remain too high for rest. On the other hand, an excess of yin, which can result from a lack of activity or excessive relaxation, could lead to a state of lethargy where sleep is difficult to achieve because the body isn't energized enough to engage in a restorative rest. This delicate balance, they believed, was key to achieving peaceful and uninterrupted sleep. Historians continue to explore how the ancient understanding of yin and yang informs modern sleep practices. Some argue that the duality of these energies can be seen in how we approach sleep today. When life becomes too hectic, with an overwhelming sense of yang, stress, deadlines, overstimulation, sleep disorders like insomnia often follow. Conversely, too much yin, sedentary lifestyles, poor energy levels, a lack of physical activity, can lead to other sleep problems. While modern science hasn't necessarily embraced yin and yang in the way the ancient Chinese did, the core concept of balancing energy for restful sleep still rings true. The need to create harmony between activity and rest is a message that resonates with both ancient and modern health practices. In modern wellness practices, yin and yang are often invoked in approaches to managing sleep. Many people today, influenced by TCM, are encouraged to balance their yang-dominated workdays with calming rituals that promote yin, such as yoga, meditation, and herbal teas. In this context, sleep isn't just seen as the body's need for rest, it's the body's natural process of balancing energy, cooling down, and rejuvenating itself. These methods promote a sense of calm, relaxation, and balance that is necessary for a peaceful night's sleep. As you settle into sleep tonight, imagine yourself balancing the forces of yin and yang. Think of the moments when your body and mind slowly shift from the active, yang energy of the day into the restful, peaceful yin energy of the night. Just like the ancient Chinese, we too must find that balance, between activity and rest, stress and relaxation, to achieve the peaceful, restful sleep we need. In the quiet stillness of your own sleep tonight, may you find balance, peace, and rejuvenation, restoring the harmony of yin and yang within your own body and mind. As we continue our exploration of ancient Chinese remedies for insomnia, let's take a closer look at one of the more soothing and peaceful inventions the Chinese used to help induce rest: music. In the world of modern sleep aids, we often turn to white noise, calming melodies, or sleep soundtracks to help us drift into peaceful slumber. But the ancient Chinese had their own version of sound therapy, using music not only to calm the mind but also to regulate the flow of qi, promote relaxation, and encourage restorative sleep. Imagine yourself in an ancient Chinese courtyard, the night air cool and serene. You settle down in a peaceful, quiet space, perhaps after a long day of work or meditation. The soft strumming of a guqin, a traditional Chinese stringed instrument, fills the air, its sound both soothing and calming. The deep, gentle melodies of the guqin or the soft tones of a bamboo flute were used to create a serene environment that helped the body relax, let go of stress, and prepare for a restful night. The ancient Chinese believed that the right kind of music could harmonize the body's energy, bringing balance and promoting peaceful rest. The use of music in Chinese culture to encourage sleep wasn't just about the sound itself, it was also about how it influenced the mind and body. The melodies were carefully chosen for their ability to promote calm and relaxation. Certain sounds, frequencies, and rhythms were believed to work in harmony with the natural rhythms of the body, helping to regulate heart rate, reduce anxiety, and calm the mind. Much like today, where we use sound therapy to alleviate stress and improve sleep, the ancient Chinese knew that sound could play a significant role in guiding the body into a restful state. Historians debate how extensively music was used for sleep in ancient China. Some suggest that it was more of a spiritual or ritualistic practice, linked to meditation or the Taoist tradition of cultivating harmony with the universe. Others argue that music was a more practical tool, used regularly by people to help them relax after a long day or to set the atmosphere for sleep. Whether it was used in temples, private homes, or meditation spaces, the importance of music as a tool for relaxation is clear in the historical record. Ancient Chinese texts often describe how music could balance the body's qi, helping to clear away excess energy that could contribute to insomnia or stress. One of the more interesting aspects of ancient Chinese sleep music was its connection to the idea of balancing the five elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. Just as herbs, acupuncture, and meditation were used to balance the body's energies, so too was music a tool for achieving harmony. Different musical notes and scales were thought to correspond to different elements and organs in the body, and certain melodies or rhythms were believed to encourage sleep by aligning the body's energy with the natural world. It's no wonder that music was considered a powerful force in the quest for peaceful sleep. It was not only relaxing but a means of bringing the body into alignment with the universe. As you prepare to sleep tonight, imagine the calming sounds of ancient Chinese music filling your space, perhaps the soft plucking of the guqin or the gentle flow of a bamboo flute. Let the sound surround you, creating a peaceful atmosphere that helps you unwind. Much like the ancient Chinese, we too can use the power of music to guide us into a restful night's sleep. Whether it's a simple lullaby, a favorite soothing melody, or even just the soft hum of the world around us, sound has the power to calm our minds, ease our bodies, and prepare us for the rejuvenation of rest. In these quiet moments of stillness, we can feel the gentle, harmonious flow of energy, just as the ancient Chinese believed music could help restore balance and harmony for a peaceful night's sleep. As we continue to explore the ancient Chinese methods for combating insomnia and promoting restful sleep, it's important to understand that there's still much debate among historians about the full extent and effectiveness of these practices. While the ancient Chinese are often credited with creating some of the earliest known sleep remedies, ranging from herbal treatments to acupuncture, scholars are still trying to piece together the full picture of how sleep was managed in ancient times and how these practices were viewed by the general populace. Was sleep a significant cultural concept that was carefully structured through rituals and practices, or was it a more pragmatic necessity, with remedies developed as needed by those suffering from sleeplessness? On one hand, historians argue that sleep, like many aspects of Chinese life, was deeply woven into the fabric of philosophical and medical traditions. The core principles of traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, rooted in the balance of yin and yang and the flow of qi, suggest that sleep was not just a biological process but also a reflection of the natural order. TCM practitioners understood that sleep disturbances could signal deeper imbalances in the body and mind, and as such, they used specific techniques, acupuncture, herbal remedies, and meditation, to restore harmony and promote restorative sleep. This holistic approach aligns with the idea that sleep was a valued and integral part of life, with profound effects on a person's overall well-being. On the other hand, some historians suggest that sleep was less ritualized in ancient China and more a matter of personal necessity. In this view, sleep practices may have been more individual and less structured than we imagine. People would likely have resorted to basic remedies like herbal teas, simple relaxation techniques, or the occasional visit to a healer to address insomnia. This perspective suggests that while sleep was certainly recognized as essential to health, the specific practices associated with sleep might not have been as formalized as they appear in later accounts. Instead, sleep practices may have varied widely depending on region, class, and personal circumstances. Another area of debate among scholars is the extent to which sleep-related practices were seen as divine interventions or purely physical treatments. Some ancient texts emphasize the spiritual aspects of sleep, suggesting that it was not just about physical rest, but a time when the body could restore its qi and find balance through the influence of deities or spiritual energy. For example, some sleep remedies were rooted in Taoist philosophies that aimed to align the body with the forces of nature. These practices included meditation, breathing exercises, and exercises like qigong, all of which helped regulate the flow of energy and induced a state of relaxation conducive to sleep. Other historians, however, believe that the ancient Chinese viewed sleep more pragmatically, as a natural, necessary process of the body that could be supported through physical treatments and adjustments to lifestyle, rather than through spiritual means. While there's still no definitive answer as to how the ancient Chinese fully approached sleep practices, one thing is clear: sleep was a crucial part of life, and the methods they used to encourage it, whether through qi balancing, herbs, or physical techniques like acupuncture, have had a lasting influence on the way we view sleep today. These age-old practices remain relevant even in modern wellness routines, with acupuncture, herbal remedies, and meditation still used to help people manage stress and improve their sleep quality. Despite the debate over how structured and spiritual sleep practices were in ancient China, we can certainly appreciate the ways in which the ancient Chinese understood the importance of rest, balance, and relaxation. As you drift into sleep tonight, imagine the quiet practices that might have taken place in ancient Chinese homes or healers' workshops, gentle herbal teas, acupuncture needles, and moments of quiet meditation. Just like the ancient Chinese, we too have our own rituals and practices that help us relax and recharge, ensuring that we can approach each day with renewed energy. The beauty of these practices is that they remind us that sleep isn't just about exhaustion, it's a process of restoration, balance, and rejuvenation, whether guided by the hands of skilled practitioners or by our own quiet moments of reflection. As we continue to uncover the ancient practices used to combat insomnia in China, we turn our attention to the daily rituals that were designed to foster better sleep. In ancient China, sleep wasn't just a momentary break in the day, it was part of a carefully orchestrated routine that centered around balance and harmony. The concept of rest wasn't something that could be achieved haphazardly. Instead, the Chinese understood that sleep required intentional actions and spiritual practices that prepared the body and mind for the stillness of sleep. Imagine yourself in an ancient Chinese home, preparing for a peaceful night's rest, surrounded by the calming influence of your environment, prepared both physically and mentally for sleep. Sleep rituals were a common part of daily life in ancient China, and they weren't just about winding down from a busy day. They were about restoring balance in the body's energy. One of the key aspects of these rituals was the timing of sleep. The Chinese believed that sleep should follow the natural rhythms of the body and the environment. As such, sleep was ideally aligned with the cycles of the moon and the sun, with individuals encouraged to go to bed when it became dark and wake when the sun rose. This alignment with nature was seen as essential to maintaining a harmonious balance between yin and yang, the two complementary forces that govern the body's functions. In addition to proper timing, Chinese sleep rituals often involved preparation and calming practices. Many people practice gentle exercises such as Tai Chi or Qigong before bed to calm the mind and release any stress or excess yang energy that had accumulated during the day. These practices were designed to help bring the body and mind into balance, calming the qi and ensuring that the individual could sleep without the distraction of a racing mind or restless body. These physical movements, though slow and gentle, were powerful in their ability to relax both the body and the spirit. Beyond physical exercises, many individuals also incorporated relaxation techniques like guided breathing or meditation into their evening routines. Meditation, a key component of Taoist philosophy, was often used to quiet the mind and reduce the mental chatter that can interfere with sleep. In fact, some of the earliest texts on sleep, found in ancient Chinese medical literature, emphasize the importance of calming the mind before sleep. The use of deep breathing exercises to relax the body and ease anxiety was just as important as the physical movements, ensuring that when the time for sleep arrived, both the body and mind were ready to rest. Historians still debate how widespread these sleep rituals were in ancient China and to what extent they were practiced by the general populace. Some suggest that the rituals were primarily reserved for the elite, those who could afford the time and space to meditate, practice Tai Chi, and consult with skilled healers. Others believe that the emphasis on balance and relaxation permeated all levels of society, with families incorporating some form of ritual into their nightly routines. Whether the sleep rituals were formalized in every household or were more commonly practiced by those who had the luxury of time, it's clear that the ancient Chinese placed great importance on the preparation and process of sleep. As you settle into your own peaceful rest tonight, think of the quiet rituals that ancient Chinese people might have performed before bed. Picture them moving gently through their evening routines, slow exercises, deep breathing, perhaps a moment of meditation, ensuring that they were aligned with the natural rhythms of the world and prepared to enter a restful slumber. Whether or not you practice these specific rituals, we all have our own ways of winding down before sleep, creating a quiet, calming space where we can rest and rejuvenate. Tonight, as you drift off to sleep, remember the ancient wisdom that sleep is not just a break but a sacred and restorative time for the body and mind. In the ancient Chinese approach to treating insomnia, one of the most soothing and effective remedies was the use of aromatherapy. Imagine yourself in a peaceful room, the soft light of a lantern casting a warm glow, as the gentle scent of sandalwood or jasmine fills the air. The ancient Chinese believed that certain fragrances and aromas had the power to calm the mind, balance the body's energies, and promote restful sleep. Aromatherapy wasn't just about pleasant scents, it was about harnessing the healing properties of nature to create a space of tranquility that encouraged both physical and mental relaxation. In ancient China, essential oils and fragrances were used in many aspects of daily life, including sleep rituals. Sandalwood, known for its calming and grounding qualities, was frequently used to create a peaceful atmosphere conducive to sleep. Jasmine, with its sweet and delicate fragrance, was also prized for its ability to reduce anxiety and promote calmness. These fragrances were often used in oils, incense, and herbal pouches, placed near the bed or used during meditation and relaxation practices. The idea was to create an environment that nurtured relaxation by stimulating the senses in a gentle, soothing way. Historians still debate the origins of aromatherapy in ancient China. Some suggest that aromatics were first introduced through trade with other cultures, such as India and the Middle East, where incense and perfumes were common. Others believe that the Chinese developed their own use of aromatic plants based on local herbal knowledge. Regardless of where the practice originated, the use of natural scents in sleep practices became deeply embedded in Chinese culture, with specific herbs and oils identified for their calming effects on the mind and body. These ancient sleep remedies were based on the belief that fragrance could restore balance to the body's qi, helping to ease tensions and promote relaxation, particularly before bed. The use of qi energy in Chinese medicine also extended to the aromas used in the sleep environment. The belief was that certain scents could enhance the flow of qi, directing it through the body in a way that facilitated relaxation and rest. For example, lavender was sometimes used to soothe the spirit, while rose was said to balance emotional energy. The ancient Chinese didn't just use these scents to induce sleep, they believed that aromatherapy was part of a larger system of healing that addressed the body, mind, and spirit. The idea was to create harmony in the body by using natural elements to calm, soothe, and promote relaxation. While aromatherapy as we know it today has evolved with modern science and technology, the essence of these ancient Chinese practices continues to influence contemporary wellness trends. Today, essential oils are widely used to promote sleep, with scents like lavender and chamomile recommended for their calming properties. The ancient Chinese practice of aromatherapy wasn't just about using pleasant smells, it was about creating a holistic environment for rest, one that aligned with the natural flow of energy within the body. These ancient practices remind us that sleep, and the methods we use to prepare for it, is a full-body experience, a balance of relaxation, harmony, and a connection to nature. As you prepare to drift off to sleep tonight, think about the calming effect of scent. Imagine the soft fragrance of sandalwood or jasmine filling your space, guiding you gently into rest. Whether you use essential oils, candles, or simply the natural scent of the night air, you can create your own peaceful environment for sleep, just as the ancient Chinese did with their fragrant rituals. Tonight, let the scent of peace and relaxation fill your room, bringing you closer to the restful, rejuvenating sleep that has been cherished for millennia. Another time-honored practice in ancient Chinese methods for combating insomnia was acupressure, a technique similar to acupuncture but without the needles. Imagine yourself lying down after a long day, ready to relax, and gently pressing on specific points on your body that trigger relaxation, calm your mind, and release built-up tension. Acupressure, like acupuncture, was rooted in the belief that the body's energy, or qi, flows through pathways known as meridians. By applying gentle pressure to certain points along these meridians, the flow of qi could be regulated, promoting balance and alleviating the conditions, such as stress or overactivity, that often led to sleeplessness. Acupressure was often used to calm the mind and relax the body, making it a perfect fit for those struggling with insomnia. Just like acupuncture, which involved inserting needles at strategic points to influence qi flow, acupressure used the simple yet effective technique of manual pressure. Key points such as the shenmen, heart gate, on the ear, the anmian point, located behind the ear, and the baihui point, at the top of the head, were commonly used to ease sleep disturbances. These pressure points were believed to directly affect the body's energy, helping to promote relaxation and ease the mental stress that often kept people awake. Historians debate how widespread the practice of acupressure was in ancient China compared to acupuncture, with some suggesting it was more accessible to the general population. While acupuncture required a skilled practitioner and specialized needles, acupressure could be performed by almost anyone, making it a convenient and cost-effective option for treating insomnia. This made acupressure an appealing choice for those who had trouble sleeping but couldn't afford regular visits to an acupuncturist. It also allowed individuals to take an active role in their health and wellness, learning to manage their own relaxation and sleep through simple techniques they could perform at home. Modern science has shown that acupressure can indeed be effective in managing sleep problems. Research indicates that applying pressure to certain points on the body can activate the body's parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for calming the body and promoting restfulness. This modern understanding mirrors the ancient Chinese belief that acupressure helped regulate the flow of qi, creating a more balanced internal environment. Many wellness practices today still incorporate acupressure, using it as part of holistic approaches to reducing stress and improving sleep quality. As you settle in for your own restful sleep tonight, think about how ancient Chinese healers used acupressure to guide the body into a state of relaxation and calm. Imagine the gentle pressure on key points of your body, easing the tension of the day, and preparing you for the deep, restorative sleep you deserve. Whether through acupressure, a calming tea, or a quiet moment of reflection, these ancient practices remind us of the many ways we can help ourselves find peace and rest. Tonight, let your body and mind find balance, knowing that the ancient art of acupressure, with its simple yet powerful approach, continues to influence modern practices of rest and recovery. While the common people in ancient China found their ways to battle insomnia through acupuncture, herbal remedies, and physical practices, the imperial court enjoyed even more lavish sleep aids. Imagine yourself in the opulent chambers of an emperor, surrounded by luxury beyond imagination, gilded walls, delicate fabrics, and intricate tapestries depicting celestial visions. Here, sleep was not only about rest but about reinforcing the emperor's divine right to rule. The emperor's sleep rituals and the aids used to ensure restful slumber were treated with the utmost care and reverence, and even the gods themselves were invoked to ensure peaceful dreams for the ruler of the land. For the emperor and those of high rank, sleep wasn't just a simple nightly routine, it was a sacred practice. The emperor's sleep would often be accompanied by special rituals designed to ward off nightmares, ensure favorable dreams, and restore energy for the work of ruling an empire. The royal court had access to the finest herbal remedies, many of which were reserved only for the highest officials. These remedies, often made from rare herbs and plants, were used in special teas or oils that would help induce deep relaxation and peaceful sleep. Essential oils from fragrant flowers such as jasmine, sandalwood, and lotus were used in luxurious, sleep-enhancing baths and as air fresheners throughout the emperor's sleeping quarters. These aromas were believed to have calming and sleep-inducing properties, creating an atmosphere of tranquility that was necessary for restful slumber. Historians still debate the exact nature of sleep practices in the imperial court. Some suggest that the emperor's sleep rituals were heavily influenced by Taoist beliefs, which emphasized the cultivation of harmony between the body, mind, and spirit. Taoist sleep practices often involved the use of herbs, meditation, and sleep rituals that were believed to restore qi, life force, and promote longevity. The emperor's connection to Taoism was essential in his role as the intermediary between heaven and earth, and maintaining a healthy, balanced body was crucial to his divine right to rule. Others argue that the imperial court sleep practices were more focused on luxury and indulgence, an attempt to separate the emperor from the ordinary lives of his subjects and elevate him to the status of a celestial being. The rituals and sleep aids were a way of reinforcing the emperor's elevated position and divine power, ensuring that he could perform his duties as ruler without being hindered by fatigue or poor health. For the emperor, sleep was more than a personal necessity, it was a manifestation of his divine role and connection to the cosmos. Much like the gods who rested to rejuvenate their powers, the emperor used sleep not just to recover but to maintain his spiritual strength. In this sense, sleep became a vital component of his authority. The emperor's peaceful slumber was symbolic of the balance and stability of the empire. If the emperor rested well, the empire was seen as strong. If his sleep was disturbed or unsettled, it could signal a disruption in the balance of power. As you prepare for your own sleep tonight, imagine the luxury of an emperor's rest, where every detail, from the aroma in the air to the soothing herbs in the bath, was designed to promote deep relaxation and peaceful sleep. It's a reminder that, whether we're royal figures or ordinary individuals, sleep is essential to our health and well-being. Tonight, like the emperor, may you find peace and rejuvenation in your rest, surrounded by the calming comfort that prepares you for whatever tomorrow may bring. As we move toward the end of our journey into ancient Chinese sleep remedies, it's important to understand how these peaceful traditions gradually gave way to modern practices, particularly with the shift in society, politics, and medicine. The once cherished rituals and treatments for insomnia, including acupuncture, herbal remedies, and specific sleep rituals, began to decline as China moved through various dynastic changes, especially during the transition into more industrialized times. With the spread of Western medicine and the erosion of traditional practices in the face of modernization, these once vital sleep aids slowly became less prevalent, despite their deep cultural significance. The fall of the Qing dynasty and the rise of the Republic of China in the early 20th century brought massive social and political changes. As China sought to modernize and westernize, traditional practices, including those tied to sleep and wellness, were pushed to the background. The influence of Western medicine grew, and many of the holistic methods, such as acupuncture, herbal treatments, and the spiritual rituals connected to sleep, became sidelined in favor of more modern, scientific approaches to healthcare. Hospitals began using pharmaceutical sleep aids and treatment methods that often conflicted with the ancient methods that had been passed down through generations. Historians still debate the exact timeline and reasons for the decline of traditional Chinese sleep practices. Some argue that it was the result of the collapse of the imperial system and the political upheaval that followed, which led to a disintegration of many of the old traditions. Others suggest that the advent of Western influence, including education systems that focused on Western scientific practices, played a significant role in the waning popularity of these ancient methods. The cultural shift towards Westernization led many Chinese to question the efficacy of their traditional healing methods, and sleep remedies that once seemed as essential as food or water were now seen as outdated or unscientific. Despite this decline, the ancient sleep practices have never been entirely forgotten. They have survived in smaller pockets of Chinese society, particularly in rural areas, where the knowledge of herbal remedies and acupuncture still thrives. Moreover, in recent decades, there has been a resurgence of interest in traditional Chinese medicine, particularly in the West, where people are turning to ancient practices like acupuncture and herbal teas to treat insomnia and improve their overall well-being. Modern acupuncture clinics and wellness centers continue to draw upon these age-old practices, offering a holistic approach to managing sleep that ties directly back to the teachings of ancient Chinese medicine. Today, some of the sleep remedies once used by the ancient Chinese are experiencing a renaissance, with acupuncture, herbal medicine, and even qigong exercises becoming popular treatments for insomnia. As more people look for natural, non-pharmaceutical options to improve their sleep, they find themselves returning to the wisdom of ancient China. Whether through acupuncture, sleep-inducing teas, or calming meditation, these practices continue to influence the modern-day approach to wellness and rest. As you drift into sleep tonight, think about the long history behind the quiet rituals that prepare the body and mind for rest. From acupuncture to herbal remedies, the ancient Chinese understood that sleep was more than just a necessary function, it was a sacred, restorative process that required balance and harmony. As you rest, remember that the wisdom of the past continues to guide us, even in today's fast-paced world, reminding us that peace, balance, and relaxation are timeless concepts, essential to our well-being. Despite the decline of traditional Chinese sleep remedies over the centuries, their influence is far from forgotten. In fact, in modern times, many of the ancient practices for managing insomnia and promoting restful sleep have made a powerful comeback, both in China and across the globe. What was once a central part of Chinese culture, methods like acupuncture, herbal treatments, and sleep rituals, has found a new life in our contemporary world, particularly as people search for natural alternatives to pharmaceutical sleep aids. Ancient Chinese wisdom, once pushed aside in favor of Western medicine, is now being embraced again by people seeking holistic, well-rounded approaches to wellness and rest. In China, the revival of traditional sleep remedies has gained momentum in the last few decades, particularly as people become more aware of the potential side effects of modern medication. As the cultural resurgence of traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, continues, acupuncture and herbal therapies have become widely recognized and accessible methods for treating insomnia and stress. Acupuncture, in particular, is now often used as a complementary treatment for people with sleep disorders, helping them manage stress, ease anxiety, and regulate the flow of qi, the vital energy of the body. Many wellness centers and clinics around the world now offer acupuncture as a safe, non-invasive alternative to pharmaceuticals, reflecting the growing popularity of ancient practices for modern health issues. Herbal remedies, once vital to daily life in ancient China, are also making a significant comeback. People in modern times are rediscovering the soothing and calming effects of herbs like Swanzeo Ren, Ziziphus jujube, and chamomile, which were commonly used to treat insomnia in the past. These herbs, often consumed in the form of teas or tinctures, are sought after for their natural ability to promote sleep and calm the nervous system. Western herbalists and wellness practitioners have incorporated ancient Chinese herbs into their treatments, offering people natural alternatives to sleep medication and promoting a more holistic approach to health and wellness. Modern wellness practices are also drawing inspiration from ancient Chinese ideas of balance and harmony, incorporating concepts like Qigong and Tai Chi into relaxation routines. Qigong exercises, in particular, are used by many to reduce stress and promote restful sleep. These gentle movements, combined with deep breathing and meditation, help to calm the mind and body, much like the ancient practices that helped the gods and mortals in Chinese mythology find peace before rest. These practices, once seen as spiritual or reserved for the elite, are now widely practiced by people around the world, who are discovering the powerful connection between mind, body, and sleep. Historians still debate how much the revival of these ancient practices can truly help modern insomnia sufferers. Some argue that the resurgence of interest in acupuncture and herbal remedies is largely driven by cultural nostalgia, while others suggest that these treatments are not only rooted in tradition but are backed by modern scientific research showing their effectiveness. What is certain, however, is that the ancient Chinese practices for improving sleep have endured for thousands of years, continuously adapting and finding new life in the modern era. The lasting impact of these sleep remedies reminds us of the timeless nature of the human need for rest and balance. As you settle into sleep tonight, think of the ancient wisdom that has been passed down through centuries, from herbal remedies to acupuncture. Consider how these practices, once essential to the well-being of ancient Chinese society, have traveled across time and borders to help people today. Whether you're exploring new methods for relaxation or simply appreciating the time-tested ways people have used to battle sleeplessness, you're part of a long tradition that recognizes the importance of rest. Just like the ancient Chinese, we too understand the value of sleep, and sometimes, the most restful nights come from a balance of body, mind, and spirit, rooted in practices that have stood the test of time. As we near the end of our journey through the ancient Chinese remedies for insomnia, it's time to reflect on the incredible legacy these practices have left behind. The sleep techniques developed thousands of years ago in ancient China weren't just about the science of rest, they were about understanding the connection between the body, the mind, and the world around them. These practices, which balanced energy, used natural resources, and incorporated meditation, showed a deep reverence for the human need to rest and recharge. They believed sleep wasn't just a physical necessity, it was a restorative process that connected humans to the flow of the universe. Today, many of these ancient methods are being rediscovered as people worldwide look for holistic alternatives to modern pharmaceuticals. Acupuncture, herbal remedies, qigong, and even the simple practice of using calming teas have come to represent a deeper understanding of sleep, one that acknowledges not just the body's need for rest but the mind's need for peace. The idea that sleep is a way of restoring qi and finding balance remains as relevant today as it was for the ancient Chinese. In a fast-paced, constantly connected world, where sleeplessness is a growing issue, the ancient Chinese approach to sleep provides a refreshing, restorative perspective. In a world of quick fixes and modern remedies, we can look back at these traditional methods and realize that sleep is not just about exhaustion, it's about recovery, balance, and preparation for the challenges ahead. Whether through acupuncture, herbal teas, meditation, or simply finding stillness, we can integrate some of these practices into our own lives to ensure we rest not just our bodies, but also our spirits. Just as the ancient Chinese believed that sleep was essential to harmony and well-being, we can find ways to restore our own balance. Whether it's setting aside time for quiet reflection before bed, seeking out calming sounds, or using herbal remedies to help induce rest, we are continuing a timeless tradition that seeks peace through sleep. Tonight, as you settle into your own restful sleep, think about the centuries of wisdom that have shaped the ways we approach rest. Like the ancient Chinese, we too can honor the importance of sleep, ensuring that we awaken refreshed, balanced, and ready to face whatever comes next.